Today's video will cover my thoughts on the Saucony Endorphin Speed 4 after a few runs in it. Now, does it compete with the previous versions initially in my time with the shoe? Let's jump in and see. So basically I took the Speed 4 out for a few runs here. Now run 1 felt really good overall. The Speed 4, it was like advertised, light, comfortable, and definitely I noticed more stability on the first run. Traction felt better, but I did have basically a course from point A to point B that was fairly straight ahead. So I ran 2 miles one direction, came back another 2, so total of 4. It was mostly a level course. Now, it did have some hills, pretty good ones. I had no issues attacking those hills, and I actually ran faster than I was trying for. It was actually a much better run than the previous time I ran this course. Now, the snap and spring of the actual nylon plate here felt pretty solid. For the first run, I definitely enjoyed the feel of the Speed 4. It seemed a little better. It's just an overall feel. It seemed like it would be better than previous versions at multiple speeds. So if you need to be slower at times and then pick up the pace, it definitely seems like it's going that direction. Now, my second run with the Speed 4 was definitely more difficult because it had a lot more elevation in it. So it was definitely much more challenging than my first kind of straight ahead run. Downhill sections of this run, I had no issue going downhill, coasted with really no limitations. I felt fast in the shoe. Now, the new tread on the bottom of the Speed 4 with kind of the lattice grip was very noticeable while I was running over wet wood bridges. It wasn't raining this particular morning on my run, but the bridge was still very wet from just a ton of rain the night before. Now, the Speed 4 performed great here. I had no issues, and the traction, like I said, worked beautifully. Not at one moment did I feel like I was gonna slip or I couldn't just keep my pace. I was able to keep my same pace. I didn't have to let up or anything. Now, there was also a few places where I had to hit curves, and I noticed the Speed 4 performed better, definitely better than the Speed 1 and 2 because of upgraded stability. Now, this was great news for me because one of my few complaints about the Speed 1 and 2 was how I needed to slow down in tight curves. And also, even when I was struggling up some of the steep hills, even at slower paces, the shoes felt great. So I had no issues whatsoever there. You know, it even helped me through some of it. And when I was going in some of the faster sections, running a sub or, under 6 minute mile pace, felt really fast, comfortable in the shoe. So it seemed to perform well there as well. So overall run 2 is much more challenging. It was close to 4 miles, but it felt great there as well. Now for the third run, I was gonna run a kind of faster pace run with speed intervals. Unfortunately, right before I ran this, I felt a little uneasy on one of my really on my left calf. Slight strain that I wanted to rest for a few days before I kind of pushed at those paces. I did go ahead and just kind of nice and easy run. The shoe felt great there, so like I said earlier, I noticed, to me, the shoe feels better overall as far as if you want to slow it down or speed it up. Only time will tell if it's faster or as fast as the Speed 1 and 2. I know my initial thoughts on the first speed was, it was a pretty crazy feeling the first time in that Speed 1 with the speed roll technology. I'd never had that in a shoe before. I don't know if I'm used to it as much. I still feel it, but it's not as pronounced compared to that first version. And I felt similar way to the second, even though the second one feels great too. And I may even compare it to the 1 and 2 because I definitely run in the 2s to this day. Occasionally I'll run in my 1s for smaller runs, but overall Speed 4 feels great. I'm liking it. Like I said, it seems like a better overall shoe, but some people may not like that because they like to just the faster pace with the speed. So like I said, only time will tell. Now for a quick recap on my thoughts. After my first few runs, I've definitely enjoyed the Endorphin Speed 4 from Saucony. Now, I absolutely like the traction, the stability, and the upper, actually better in the Speed 4 compared to my 1 and 2. Now, I do want to test the speed of the shoe more compared to the previous version, since it was just special in those. Now, it does appear to me the snap from the nylon plate in the Speed 4 is good, but is it as good as that Speed 1 and 2? Now, I'm going to dive into this in a future video after more time with the shoe. If you have any questions about the Speed 4, let me know in the comments. Now, I'm going to get back to running full speed here soon to test out other types of runs for potential videos, including the speed interval run I was planning to do here. So I'll get to that soon. If you get a chance, subscribe and drop a like to help out this channel. I really do appreciate all your support. Also, check out my personal training / online coaching Instagram page, Rambo Iron, and website ramboiron.com. So if you're interested in possibly online coaching or just some fitness tips, go there. I'll leave links for them in my video description. Hope you enjoy your week. Go get you some runs and just stay active. See you soon.